Hi folks, in this week's I Hate Numbers video, I want to have a look at the UK state pension. I want to comment on national insurance contributions and the link with the UK state pension, and share a tip here about how you can supplement and maximise the amount of UK state pension you will receive. Hi folks, my name is Mahmood. I'm a business finance coach, accountant and author of the book I Hate Numbers and firm of that same name. And for over 28 years, I've been helping business owners make more money, increase their financial literacy, reduce their stress and anxiety, reduce the amount of tax they've got to pay, and have the business they aspire to. I want that for you as well. Let's crack on with this video. Now, first things first, there are two types of UK state pension. And when we say state pension, by the way, remember the state pension is not the government being beneficent, it's your money you're contributing into that pot. The UK government have responsibility for distributing that. However, there are two state pensions, and the amount you receive under these two pensions is predicated by your age when you were born, and also how much national insurance contributions you've put into the pot. So we have what's called a basic state pension, and if we work with approximations, it's about £154 per week for the year 23-24 onwards. And to get the basic state pension, if you're a male, if you were born on the 6th of April prior to that, 1951, or a female born after the 6th of April 1953, you'll get the basic state pension. If, however, you're male and you were born after the 6th of April 1951, or female and born after the 6th of April 1953, you get what's called the new state pension, and that is worth approximately £204 per week. So that's not small numbers. Now, the second thing is, it's about how many years of what's called qualifying national insurance contributions that you've made. Now, if we think about the basic state pension that I mentioned earlier, that's 1951 and 1953 are the birth dates we're looking at. If you're born prior to those, male and female, then you need 30 years qualifying national insurance contributions to get the full basic state pension. For those of you, and I would imagine the majority of you listening to this video will be in this camp, born after 1951 and 1953 respectively, male and female, then you need to have 35 qualifying years of national insurance contributions to get the maximum new state pension. The minimum is 10, by the way, and you'll get a proportion of that maximum amount. That's the first thing. Now, the additional thing to consider is, how do you know where you stand? Well, as I've said in a previous video, link in the show notes, then you need to do a pension forecast, log into your personal tax account. If you don't have a personal tax account or thinking, Mahmood, what is this personal tax account you referred to? Link in the show notes, and I'll show you the link to how you register and go for that next step. So find out where those gaps actually are. Now, the additional thing that's come out recently is that historically the government says if you've got gaps in your national insurance record, then you can go back as far as 2006 and you can buy those qualifying years of national insurance contributions that you need to top up accordingly. Now, the initial date was the 5th of April 2023, you've got to do that by. They then moved that onto 31st of July 2023, and now another change because of a lack of financial resources for most people, and also the time to figure out where they are in national insurance terms, that timeline has been extended the 5th of April 2025. So if you have got gaps and you want to buy going back as far as 2006, you've got a longer period of time in which to do that. But I would recommend that you do that sooner rather than later. Some additional points to bear in mind, folks. When you do look at the gaps in your national insurance record, there are different ways to supplement them. And let me focus on two business groups. Those are people who are self-employed or freelancers, sole traders as we might call them. In official HMR speak, by the way, they're called self-employed. Now, the national insurance contribution that's relevant for that is that small, fiddly one called Class 2 National Insurance. Currently, for the 23-24 year, it's approximately $163.80 if you want to be precise. Now, if your earnings, your profits are such that you don't actually have to pay, please do, as I recommend all my clients to do, we do that on their behalf, is volunteer to pay that Class 2 National Insurance contribution. That's the one that counts towards your state pension, also other state-based benefits, so it's a good national insurance to pay. So even if your profits don't justify that, then pay the Class 2 voluntarily. If you're in employment, by the way, it's Class 1 that you're looking at. Now, if you're thinking, I run a company, Maybe I run a property business, I run a company for which there's no official payroll. So what do I do? Then I would strongly recommend register for PAYE, set yourself up with a basic annual salary, circa approximately £10,000 a year, for which you'll be credited with those Class 1 national insurance contributions. So depending where you are in age profile, you may make up that national insurance shortfall as time goes on. If, however, you're getting closer to the end of retirement, and we're talking 67 now for those people born after April 1960, then you may have to buy those contributions. Now, the rate of each that you're paying is £17.45 per week, and what that means is that you've got to weigh up, is it worthwhile? Now, for each year that you're buying, you've got the cost of buying those contributions, more details in the show notes, against the extra state pension you'll receive. So it's a weighing up exercise that you've got to do. So there are some options to do. Certainly check your forecast, see where your gaps are. Now, the state pension may not be something you're relying on, but it's a contribution. We've all paid into it pretty much there. So please make sure you get the maximum you're entitled to, and make sure you've got other provisions as well. A topic for another video perhaps, but it's really important. Check where you are. Don't ignore that. That state pension will make a vital contribution to you in your retirement. You've worked for it, you're entitled to it, and make sure you don't lose out. Folks, I hope you found this video useful. I'd love it if you could feedback, comment, and have you made provisions for your retirement? If you haven't, speak to your financial advisor, speak to your accountant's team. If there's anything we can help you with, then book a call, check out the notes, share this video with those who will think will like it. And until next week, folks, stay positive. I'll see you on the other side.